guys, so today's video is going to be my everyday makeup routine, so if you want to see how I did it, keep on watching. So the first thing you're going to do, if you are like me and have bangs, is you are going to take some bobby pins and pin them out of the way. Mostly because they are going to get in the way. So I just pin them back. Don't really care how it looks. Just getting it done because they're a pain in the butt when it comes to putting on makeup. That behind my ear just because it's easier. That's good. And that's enough. Don't need to do too many. Just a few bobby pins. And I'm fortunate bobby pins don't leave a crease. So next what you're going to do is you're going to take your favorite eyeshadow primer. I'm using the one by Essence, the I Heart Stage one, and you're just going to prime your eyes. Now I've got my eyes primed, so what I'm going to essentially do is double prime my eyes because I have oily lids, and so this is kind of a necessary step for me. What I'm going to do, I'm going to take my favorite Maybelline Color Tattoo, and this is in the shade Barely Beige, which as you can see I've hit to the bottom of. I'm going to take some of that on my little detailer brush from Real Techniques. Here you can see it's really tiny. I'm going to take a little bit of that on there and just put that onto my lid. And you can see it didn't do too terribly much, but it did add a little bit of color, which I like. Exactly what I want. Doesn't need to be perfect. Just want to get it all over the lid. If it's not absolutely perfect initially, just hold there and then very gently. That sort of allows me to get right up to the crease for me. And I'm just going to blend it with my finger, and that's it. Perfect. Done. Next, you're going to take basically any light shadow. I'm going to be using this one called Cloud from Annabelle, but if you have a light taupe color, that'll work. You don't need to be super specific exactly the same as I'm using. I'm just using that one because I like it, and I have recently got it, so I like it, and it's whatever. But I'm just going to pack that all over the lid. So you can see that part is done. Next, I'm going to take this darker kind of almost plum color here, you can see, and take it on a crease brush. Just gonna put a little bit on the outer corner, bring it just a little bit into the crease, just a little bit so that it's a bit defined, and that should be plenty for right now. Because like I said, this is an everyday look. It's not complicated. We're keeping it as simple as possible. Next, we're gonna take a fluffy brush here, just any fluffy brush you have, and I'm gonna put a little bit of white on it because I want it to be light. So I'm gonna blend it out, but not, you don't want a harsh, like you don't want a white that's really pigmented. I'm using one by Annabelle. It's not super pigmented. It's got a little bit of good at pigmentation if you need a lot of pigmentation, but it can be really subtle too, which is nice. So that's blended out. Next, you're gonna take a kind of fluffy but kind of flat brush, kind of. It's hard to explain. Anyway, you're gonna take that same white or Cloud, whichever one you want. I mean, honestly, Cloud is kind of my skin tone. You're gonna put it on the brow bone. Just a little bit. Just to, I use a mix of the two. And that's that. It's on the brow bone. It's pretty. Next, you're taking one of these little things, these little brushes. You're just gonna brush your brows. Just make them look not everywhere. So that's good. Next, I'm going to take a super tiny little detailer type of brush. And this one is dirty because I've used it before for the same purpose. I'm going to use it right now. And you're going to take this dark brown here. It's called Suede, I think, but I'm not totally sure. It doesn't really matter. It's from Annabelle. And you're just going to look into your mirror and fill in any little gaps that you might have in your brows. Once again, if you have a different color that works better for you, that's what you use. Doesn't really matter to me. I'm just showing you what my everyday routine is. So that looks really good and filled in. I like that. That looks good to me. Of course, it also looks a little bit patchy there, so I'm going to just do that. Now it looks a little more even out. Looks good on both sides. I'm going to take my brow gel, which is just Maybelline's Great Lash and Clear. I got it on discount. It's kind of not looking dirty yet, so it's good. Whatever. And I'm just going to lightly set my brows. Now, I am a bit different in that I don't do my face first, I do my eyes first because I kind of want that to be done. So next I'm going to curl my lashes and apply mascara. And mascara I'm using is Maybelline's Colossal Volume Express mascara. Probably showing the French side accidentally. Nope, there isn't a French side. Whatever. Either way, good mascara with a thick brush, which I really like. And you're just going to look into your mirror and apply it in whatever way works. I'm literally not even bothering with the bottom lashes today. It's that quick of a look. Now, as you can see, I am someone who has a lot of redness in my skin. My skin is very red. I didn't even bother with liner. But whatever, it's not a liner day. I have a lot of redness in my skin, as you can tell, and so I am going to be wearing BB cream today because I don't like full-on foundation just because it's too harsh for me and it's just a lot of work, so it's not necessary. So what I'm going to use, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to prime my face, And I'm going to use this one from NYX. It is the Photo Loving Primer. Just clear, it's transparent. I don't use the redness one because I don't find it works for me for whatever reason. This is silicone base, which I like. I'm just going to put it where I need it, which is my nose, because that's the spot where things just slide right off. Shaking it up because it needs it. And I'm just going to put a little bit on this palette that I have here, which is basically just a lid from something else, but it works. Put that size. You can see it. It's clear, so it's hard to tell, but I'm not putting very much on. I'm just putting it all over my forehead because that's the spot where things slide off, all over my cheeks and my chin, which is basically everywhere. Next, I'm going to use that same palette, but a different spot, obviously. And I'm going to shake this up because it needs it. And I am using this BB cream by Annabelle, and it is in the shade Light Medium, which works for me. Put a little bit, kind of a liquidy one, which I'm not a big fan of it, but whatever. And I'm going to put a little bit onto my palette, just a little bit for right now, and I'll go from there. And I'm going to be using the Real Techniques Expert Face Brush, which I absolutely love. Dotting a little bit on there, on the brush, and then dotting it on my face and blending it. And as you can see, it knocks out the redness quite a bit, I think. And obviously that was not enough on the palette, so I'm going to put some more on there. Just continue on with your foundation of choice until your entire face is covered. I am using a BB cream, as you know, because I don't like the feeling of foundation because it weighs a lot on my skin and it's just not as pleasant. I love the Expert Face Brush because it blends everything in beautifully. I don't notice creases or anything. And you know, I probably should have done my brows after, but who cares? This is an everyday look, which means basically it's as quick as possible. Doing the ear, even though usually I have my hair covering that spot, so it usually doesn't really make a difference for me. I don't really worry about under eye bags because I don't really have them, I don't think. I've never really thought I did, so I'll do a little bit under there, but not very much. And concealer is something I've never really understood because I don't have this very much, so it's not really a worry for me. Bring it down the neck so you don't want to look like you're wearing a mask. Now, of course, for whatever reason, in the camera I look really red, but in reality I'm not red at all. My skin's actually very evened out in reality, but the camera doesn't think so. So you're just gonna have to trust me on this. So I've got that part on. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna highlight, and I'm gonna be using this highlighter from NYX. It's called Born to Glow, and it's in the shade Sunbeam, which is the pink one. Just gonna take a tiny little bit on my finger because I am lazy like that. Just like the tiniest little bit. I'm gonna dot right there, blend it in with my finger, blend it down. Kind of the triangle effect, but not too much, just enough that it's obvious that I'm wearing it, but not so much that it's like insanely obvious. It was too much, so I'm gonna do a little bit down my nose. I like how that looks. Now, sometimes I'm like, this looks too glowy. I don't like that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take another brush that I have. This one is also from Real Techniques, and it is the buffing brush. And I'm just going to take a translucent powder. Really doesn't matter which translucent powder you use. I have this one by CoverGirl, but honestly anyone will work. And I'm just going to put it all over my face because it sets everything and it's nice. I just like it. It doesn't have any color to it. It's just basic translucent powder. So next, because my face kind of looks, I mean, it doesn't look, on camera it looks really red still, but in reality my face kind of looks like I don't have color. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my e.l.f. contouring and blushing powder combo thing. I'm not even sure the name of the shade. I got it at a discount store and they don't have the name on the back, so it might even be a knockoff. I have no idea. All I know is this is a really good bronzer here, so I'm going to just take it on my contouring brush, also from Real Techniques, and actually is called Contour Brush. And I'm just going to brush face to find the hollows and very lightly blend it and do that. I want to look skinny, and it's currently downpour outside. And do it into my temples a little, do it on my hairline, and take the other side, the blush, smile to find the apples. I do it like right about there. And of course, if things are looking a little harsh, which they are on camera for whatever reason, I'm just going to take the buffing brush again and my translucent powder, because for whatever reason, using my translucent powder seems to blend it all out really easily. And now everything is blended out, looks good. I like it. For whatever reason, my blush doesn't look like it's even visible. Whatever. I don't even particularly care today. Next, I'm going to take my setting spray. This is NYX Matte Finish Setting Spray. I'm just going to spray my face because that's a thing you do. Just gonna hold it a distance away, close my eyes. And it's weird, but it actually feels nice. And depending on what color I want for lips, and how much staying power I want. Today I'm not going out, so I really don't care about the staying power. Normally, if I really cared about the staying power, I would use my one OCC Lip Tart, and this is in the shade Memento. I absolutely love this. However, I really don't care about the staying power today, so I'm going to use this Rimmel Kate Moss collection lipstick that I actually got for free. It's in shade number 5, and it's just this really pretty berry kind of watermelon kind of color. And I'm just gonna put that on, and I don't even pay attention to like using a brush or anything like that. Too fancy for me. Now, that's not to say that these Rimmel lipsticks don't have good staying power. They actually do have pretty good staying power, but that's not my main concern for today. And that is how I do my every single day makeup. Thanks for watching.